What's going on, guys? Teen Mechanic here. Today is the day that we see if this engine is worth pursuing any further. I've had Marvel Mystery Oil sitting in each one of the 8 cylinders for, God, I don't know, 4 weeks now. So we're going to see if the engine finally spins over or if it's done. Now, if the engine's done, I happen to have this car right here. There's also that car over there. They're kind of identical, except this one's a 96 and that's a 95. That one's not even mine. That's my buddy Lewis's, who owns this land that I'm storing this on. And the problem with this car that I bought, that this is currently my daily driver, is that. So this is another Vic with frame rot, and I'm starting to think that maybe I could take the power plant out of that, and you never know. All right, I went ahead and took the liberty of getting the fan shroud and the fan out of the way, and now we can get a nice socket right on this. Now, this has been sitting in Marvel Mystery Oil for weeks now, so, and I don't have a borescope, so I can't see how much of it leaked down, if any, but let's see. Oh my God. We're tightening the crank bolt. Try going the other way. Nope. Now we're loosening the crank bolt. Yep, loosening the crank bolt. Alright. Try this way again. We're tightening the bolt again. Oh, God. Okay, well, instead of screwing around, let's just pull the damn heads off of this thing. Why not, right? They're right there. May as well. I've got power tools. Don't really care about torque specs if this motor is going to be junk, so let's just get all this crap out of the way and pull the heads right off. All right, let's start with these valve covers. Now, before we get started, I'd like to give a special shout out to my good friend Hunter, who decided to spend his own money and buy me a snap-on ratchet and give it to me for my birthday 4 months before my birthday. So thanks a lot for that. That actually, seriously, I really do appreciate that. But as I was saying, let's start with this valve cover here. These bolts so far are like hand tight. And there goes my socket. This extension sucks. These bolts are all like hand tight and caked in grease. Is there one there somewhere? Is that a bolt or just a lump of grease? Holy crap. Nope, that's a bolt. Now I'm starting with this side because this side had the most rust on the spark plugs when I originally tried to put that mystery oil in there. So I'm going to go ahead and get these all out by hand. All right, let's pop this sucker off of here and see. I should be cleaning this, yes, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's get this hose out of the way. There we go. All right. That's going to make some of you cringe, that right there. Sorry. That is actually not ideal to have in your engine, but... Okay, so these here, I do believe, are spoons that have to have the valve lash set. It makes sense for these hydraulic lifters to be bled down by now. The only open valve we have is this one here. So I don't even know if I want to mess with pulling all those spoons off. I think I'm honestly just going to pull that intake off there. And do we have coolant in the system is another good question to ask. I don't know. What do you think? Does it look like it? Doesn't look like we have much if we do. Okay, let's pull the other side valve cover off and then start breaking that intake off of there. The only problem is this distributor is going to be seized in there. I can just about guarantee that it will be. So we got to get the fuel line off and then yeah, get these heads off here. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys an update just because visually this looks like a lot has happened. Really all I did was remove a whole bunch of tubes, the distributor cap and all the spark plug wires in one piece, 2 bolts that then freed the entire power steering system. And I thought about it, because there's no coolant in there, and this bank here had a whole bunch of corroded spark plugs. In fact, all 4 of them were corroded and rusty with water, and there's no coolant. I thought, actually, coolant did come out of the water pump, obviously, but I thought maybe this thing has a blown head gasket and that water or antifreeze has been sitting there for so long that this bank is just rusted solid. So that's what we're going to find out in this video, I hope, and see what everything looks like. That manifold is disconnected. Now I got to do this one, pull this valve cover off. I'll actually pull the valve cover off last because I really don't want to get a whole bunch of crap in the head, but whatever. Belts are off, pulleys are off, power steering system's off. Next I'm going to go try and pull that distributor out, and the alternator has got to come off. But what a simple engine. Like, it's so small and so simple. But yeah, I'm going to keep going here. Not too much interesting happening just yet. Okay, it's time to drop a whole bunch of contaminants into the engine. This would be way smarter to blow out, but ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, yeah. It'd be ideal if they would stay. And there is just no way for any of you out there that think this intake, oh, you're not following the proper torque sequence. Well, I don't think I'm going to warp a cast iron intake.
All right.
Okay. Here we go. All right, we got ourselves a couple of problemers. Like this one. This is the non-approved way by Ford to work on this car. Right now I'm standing on the harmonic balancer. Okay. Probably shouldn't drop an intake. At the end of the day, whatever. Okay. Let's get a nice close-up in this engine here. That actually looks a lot better than I thought. I think we might actually end up being able to work with this motor. Obviously, it's going to have to be rebuilt with how much crap has fallen in it, but yeah. All right. Manifolds are off. Let's start unbolting heads.
Mind if I say something? Come stand over here. It doesn't have a death glare. It's got a little mouth.
It does have a little mouth. So comfortable. Putting gloves on, sweaty, clammy hands.
Getting ready to give her a Proster state exam.
Yes. I hope you know I'm going to have to cut that out. I don't know what size it is here. Huh? Also, yes, I'm using chromes with an impact. Oh, I think it might be the wrong size.
Maybe.
Not sure what that is exactly. What this little bracket is, probably just for... Look at that. Zoom right in on that. Well, come take a look for yourself. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do not to warp this head is we're going to start from the outside and work our way in. No, I'm not taking any of the spoons off. And these are not torque to yield, obviously. Now, every single head bolt is out. Do you think Ford made them the same length? Of course they did.
Keep them lubricated.
That's what you want to do. That's what that in my safety storage. Now there is one bolt. Feels like it could be a 5/8 maybe on the back of this.
Ooh, let's see if he's right.
If I can actually reach it. And I am. That's why you want a breakneck ratchet. Because we want to keep this engine in the best shape possible with no contaminants in it whatsoever. It'd be nice if I had a dead blow, but No. You little taps should do the trick. Yep. Alright, moment of truth. Coolant's falling out of the head. Or maybe it's oil, I don't know. Oh, shit, that's heavy. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah,
right.
don't worry, it's just blue oil.
There we go. There's our Marvel Mystery Sludge. Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but this one here, with that amount of rust, and this one here, none of that oil has seeped through. None of it whatsoever. This one obviously was... This one's not so happy. It stayed with the block, which is great. I'm not sure why they would cover that. Maybe this engine was seized, because those coolant journals, jackets are, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be through, but I could be wrong. I'm sure this is really good for the cylinder wall. Okay, well, it actually doesn't look nearly as bad as I was thinking it would. Let's get these push rods out. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I want to pull off the other one? Okay. Oh, there you go. Whew. Smells like new car. And coolant on my jacket. So, we are able to ascertain that this cylinder is likely fine with this weird chunk of crap. This cylinder actually ran way too hot by the looks of it. Ran lean, I don't know why. That's just what it looks like. These cases, we've got nice oil on here. These cylinders actually look okay. This one certainly does not. This one had water in it. Now let's see if we can find if it's got a blown head gasket. Yep, looks like it. It looks like it right here. Zoom in nice and close to this. I can see a couple things that lead me to believe this had a blown head gasket. Right here is dark. It looks like it maybe wasn't getting the right seal. Actually, it probably was. But right here is all really dark. If you get a nice close-up on that, you can see it looks like we had crossover from this coolant journal into the combustion chamber. I think maybe, because that looks pretty gnarly. Let's take a look at this intake here. Maybe, chances are, we had a breach between a coolant, or a water jacket here, and the intake. It's possible it's that intake gasket, but I don't know. We could always check the back of the intake. And that looks okay to me. So, I don't know. This cylinder back here where absolutely no oil came through, so I think that's what we're looking at, is there's only a couple cylinders holding us up here. But either way, this engine's coming out. I did remove the water pump just because no reason. Alright, I already hear creaks that I didn't hear before. We're still tightening the crank bolt. Alright, this engine is completely locked solid. I don't know if I have some kind of time warping capability here, but I'm older now. I've got a haircut. I'm smarter. Yeah, it's crazy. That video was filmed like, I don't know, weeks ago. And also, let's not forget about how much cooler I am. Anyway, that's going to unfortunately have to conclude the video, but I figured I should kind of speed run the teardown of that video, or of that engine, because, you know, I kind of knew it was going to be not great. With how much rust was on those spark plugs, is what it is. So I've decided I'm pulling that thing out and probably going to bring it to my school, my high school, and maybe film some videos on a bottom end teardown. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. this was filmed on my new MacBook Pro, which has 1080p, which is so cool. I can't believe that. Look, you can see the reflection. That's crazy to me. Apple ditched the 720p. So I'm really, you get to see everything. So you can tell how genuine I am about my passion for this car. And if you want to see more, then hey, stay tuned. I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye-bye.